Welcome back to Blackout Motorsports. We're going over the weekly challenges for March 7th, 2025. What you see here is the star of our show, the CDMA1 Sarumo Supra, which is a throwback to the GT2 days. I wish I would have thought to look for this livery before I did the weekly challenges, but I digress. First up is an American FR challenge at Blue Moon Bay. I went with a blacked out C2 Corvette to take on this race. For the tune, I used mostly bolt-on mods and some suspension tuning to tame the rear end since there's no aesthetically pleasing aero back there. But even with the high-speed corners, this setup did the trick. I had a lot of fun, with the race coming down to the last 10 yards or so against the Viper. Quite the photo finish. I love the sounds of the snakes. Next up was a Japanese four-wheel drive challenge at Kyoto. I went with the engine swap Mazda 3 for this race, because four-rotor. I tweaked the setup from the one I used for Tokyo to keep it under 600 performance points for this race. Unfortunately, it demolished the rest of the AI field, taking first place before the second lap started. You gotta love that 787B sound though. The third race was a one-make race at one of the Tokyo Expressway tracks using the BMW Z4. This is probably the only way I'd use this car unless I'm made to for a time trial. It's just ugly. But it was an easy drive, which made for an easy win. If you made it this far, go ahead and give it a like for the algorithm. The fourth race in this challenge was a neoclassic race at Fuji Speedway. To win these races, you really need a Group C car, so I chose the V12 XJR-9. I used racing medium tires and aero adjustments to minimize the output adjustment needed to meet the performance point requirement. From there, I used fuel map 4 the whole race to be able to complete it without pitting. The only exception for this would have been if we needed wet tires. We didn't, and I was able to run the whole race without issues. Another win for the Jag. The last race for this week was the World Touring Car 800 race at Dragon Tail. I decided to put the GT500 Supra to work. Racing soft tires, racing transmission, and the high RPM turbo were used in this winning setup. For strategy, I used fuel map 4 so I could get a full 5 laps before having to pit. I pit for both tires and fuel, then repeated the process to ensure victory. And that's it. If you found this video interesting or helpful, go ahead and subscribe for more content, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching, and happy racing.